So here was my thought. I was like, we haven't done a dumpster dive in a while. And a lot has happened on the internet since the last time I did one of these. So I'm like, I collected some topics, some gaming related topics, some other topics to talk about. But first, we have a small order of business to attend to. And I have it ready this time. Can you fucking believe it? Stand for your motherfucking anthem.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
It's garbage day, baby. You know what that means. Well, do you know what that means? That's the question, is do you know what that means? I'm not even sure I know what that means. The general topic of this show tends to change by the week, by the direction of the wind, by the way I'm feeling that day. But today, I've done this a few times where I just did a little bit of a roundup of various topics near and dear to my heart on the internet, on Twitter, on things like that. And so I bet you're expecting I'm going to talk about things like the Helldivers controversy, maybe some exciting new games coming up, maybe the shadow release of Hades 2 today. But no, most importantly, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about rap beef, particularly between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've been waiting for the pasty white streamer to give his opinion on the rap beef. And listen, I got you. I know you gamers out there. You're going on Twitter. You're looking for your Ultra Kill Rule 34. You're looking for your furry fan art, whatever it may be. And you have logged on to Twitter this week to find massive amounts of posts about people you've never heard of before. Like, namely Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And you're like, I wonder what this is all about. So don't worry. Don't worry, chat. I got you. With a clueless gamer's guide to rap beef. Now this is not Drake and Kendrick Lamar pictured. This is Tupac and Biggie. Famously had one of the most iconic rap beefs of all time. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to talk about them again, but it felt like a very fitting place to start off. So what's going on? We must start in the prehistoric period, also known as 2019. This beef begins between two people, known as Pusha T and Drake, one of whom is part of today's story. Pusha T started off on his album Daytona, an album that I love. The final song in the album, Infrared, he calls out Drake for ghostwriting. You know, ghostwriting is when other people write your songs, basically, if you don't know that. Side note, this track and album are fantastic. Listen to them. Drake responds with Duppy Freestyle. Honestly, I don't remember what this song was about. It was mid. It was completely mid. It's not worth your time. Just know that Drake responded. And because what you're about to see next makes this song completely irrelevant. Pusha responds again with the kill shot of all kill shots, a song known as The Story of Adidon, alleging that Drake is hiding a child named Adonis from the world. This song is just generally a banger, my favorite diss track of all time. And Drake confirms essentially all of this to be true on his next album, Scorpion. Drake does not respond. The beef essentially ends there, with Pusha as the resounding winner. Fast forward to today. A man named J. Cole is involved. Now, what is J. Cole's involvement, you may ask? Because I've seen some confusion about this, and honestly, I don't know a lot about J. Cole, but basically where this started was he featured on a Drake track called First Person Shooter. He dubs the trio of himself, Kendrick, and Drake the big three of rap. And Kendrick on a track called Like That did not take kindly to that, essentially saying it's just Big Me, to which J. Cole responded on a track called 7 Minute Drill, which he just dissed Kendrick and particularly his album To Pimp a Butterfly, but then apologized and deleted the song. What is this? Fun fact, Schoolboy Q? Hold on. So what really happened? There was a tweet saying that J. Cole was reportedly advised by another rapper known as Schoolboy Q to exit the Kendrick Lamar beef. He basically said, "You cool little bro, don't come to school tomorrow." Did I say Drake? Oh, you said Drake. Okay, I was like, I didn't get that wrong, right? And so J. Cole bowed out and allowed the big boys to tussle. And then war breaks out. First shots fired from Drake, a song called Push Ups. Drake basically names a whole bunch of artists on this track that he put above Kendrick. This is small time beef at this point. This is small time beef. These are soft blows at this point compared to what we're about to see. And then another track called Tailor Made Freestyle. I haven't heard this one actually. The only thing I know about it is that there was like AI generated Tupac vocals. And Tupac's estate was not very happy with it, and the track got taken down. That's all I know about that one. So Kendrick responds again. This is child's play at this point. He starts with Euphoria, which it would be impossible to list like everything that he goes into on this song, but just know that it's a complex song with lots of small allegations, and it basically feels like bait to get Drake to respond. Like it's like he's taking little jabs at him so that Drake will want to clap back at him. He also references that Pusha T track, The Story of Addy Dawn. Very ominous. We will come back to that. He also released one called 616 in LA, which is basically just more bait for Drake to respond. This is not a user submitted PowerPoint. This was made by yours truly. Have some respect. Basically just putting more pressure on him to respond. So Drake takes the bait. He claps back hard with a song called Family Matters. There is some pretty major allegations toward Kendrick in this song. The big ones being that Kendrick's son is not his own. Like he is not the father of his child, essentially. And also that he has been unfaithful and abusive to his wife. Now, something to remember during all of this is that absolutely every claim, maybe not every claim, but like most of the claims made in these songs are completely unsubstantiated. I'm just recounting what the song says. But the consensus was this was a pretty good response from Drake. But 20 minutes later, Kendrick drops a song called Meet the Grams. Now, this song is written like letters to Drake's family, including both of his parents and his child/children, which we will get to. And it includes pretty massive allegations towards Drake. Namely, that Drake is hiding another child. Of course, remember the story of Addy Dawn, the Pusha T track, which was the first time this happened, albeit it was a son that he was hiding in that song. This time he alleges that he's hiding a daughter. He essentially alleges that Drake is not only engaging in pedophilia himself, but also covering up for it within his crew. He also essentially states that he has a mole within Drake's crew that's giving him all this information. And due to this song dropping 20 minutes after Drake, nobody cares about Drake's response. Are you kidding? Like, nobody's even talking about it. They talk about it for 20 minutes and then Kendrick drops. Nobody gives a shit. It's all about this now. So that's probably the biggest win of all, is that he just took literally all the heat off himself. So Drake does not respond to this, not immediately at least. And the next day, Kendrick doubles down with a song called Not Like Us. As far as I can surmise, there's not that much new info here, but he basically doubles down hard on the pedo allegations towards Drake. And this one is not as dark as Meet the Grams. It's actually pretty fun and catchy, as like, you know, musically. The lyrics are not fun, but like, again, just bear with me here. But I think that was the point, to follow up Meet the Grams, which was kind of a dark song with a bit of a banger. It was probably designed to just make Drake and fans wonder how much more info and or tracks Kendrick actually has. And I think it was on Euphoria. He claimed he had up to 10 tracks potentially. The memes on Drake's house are hilarious. I'll get into those in a second. Drake then does respond with a song called The Heart Part 6. This is kind of a bit of my opinion, but Drake sounds a bit sad and uninterested. And this song honestly kind of sounds like him throwing in the towel, but we'll see. We'll see if there's more. The gist of this is Drake claims that he's too famous to be a pedo, I guess, which doesn't really make any sense because, you know, as we all know, no famous person has ever been a pedo before. He also claims that the daughter story was fake and that it was bait for Kendrick. and that he got him by baiting him into rapping about it. He does not also provide any receipts or proof of this. It's just a claim like everything else. And so, yeah, that is where we are now. That is the most recent track as of this stream, but who knows if there will be more. All the claims made in these songs again are just like pretty much 100% unsubstantiated. I'm just recounting what has been said. The consensus seems to be that Kendrick is the winner. Again, this is an opinion I would share. Make your own conclusion, but it feels pretty cut and dry. But that is, you know, it is also pretty dependent on the validity of some of the extremely serious claims that he made. There was another Drake one, right? Did I miss one? I don't think so. I think I talked about all of them. I talked about all the ones I was aware of, at least. I'm late to the PowerPoint. Did anyone take notes? Aha, you'll just have to watch the VOD. And if Drake's claim that the daughter thing was bait is true, I mean, that's honestly kind of awesome if that worked out, but it seems unlikely that that's true. And again, there's a lot more going on between, or beyond just like the direct beef between these two, but like I tried to just keep it focused to like the main events. Yeah, Cole is catching strays left and right, but bro is just chilling and living his life, you know? He got out of this when it mattered. Can I please go back one slide? Sure. Have you taken your notes? Yeah. J. Cole is sleeping soundly. My only question is how the hell they're dropping things so fast. So I think in Kendrick's case, I think he has this material written, or at least most of it written, and it's being kind of cobbled together. Not cobbled together, but like it's being put together out of stuff that like material he already had written to come out as quickly as possible after Drake drops, essentially. Now Drake, on the other hand, I think is doing this all on the fly. I don't think he came prepared. That's my own opinion, though. I don't know what's true. Yeah, Drake's ghostwriters are feasted, though. That's the damn truth. So there you go. That's the whole thing. Bro planned this out. I think he has been on bad terms with Drake for a long time, and essentially what we're seeing is just like the, the culmination of a lot of years of imagining what he might do given the opportunity to take some jabs at Drake. So that is like the story so far, essentially. But there is one more thing I wanted to share here. I'm not playing any of the songs because I'm a little bit worried about copyright. Apparently Kendrick doesn't care and he's releasing copyright claims. But I don't know. If you guys want to listen to the songs, go listen to them for yourself. A lot of them are pretty good. I'd say Euphoria, Family Matters, the two Kendrick ones after that, Meet the Grams and Not Like Us, are all pretty good and worth listening to. As part of like this beef. Euphoria especially is like just a good song. In my opinion. I think it just goes hard as fuck. But yes, so there's a producer by the name of Metro Boomin, who you may have heard of, who got in on the beef in kind of a unique way, and I like it. He essentially made a beat called BBL Drizzy, which is a nickname that I believe Rick Ross has given Drake, alleging that Drake has had a bit of a procedure known as a Brazilian butt lift. Again, I don't know if it's true, but that's what Rick Ross has said. So Metro made a beat for anyone to rap over, and essentially, I believe he said that his favorite bars he would award a free beat to. But so I'm quite certain that this is okay for me to play on stream as a result of that. And honestly, this shit just goes hard as fuck. Like this is my favorite thing to come out of this. If it loads, I don't know why it's not loading. Are you hearing this? It's so good. It is genuinely so good. Oh, it's about getting his abs done by surgery. So I had heard that, but why do they call him BBL Drizzy then? Apparently I'm out of the loop on this one. I just knew that I knew that that's what Rick Ross called him. So good. And then it drops. Yeah, I knew Rick Ross was behind that. Honestly, that's another part that I haven't even gotten into, but Rick Ross has kind of been like live commentating this whole thing on his Instagram, and it has been so funny. Okay, what is this? I was just waiting. I wanted to play at least a little bit of the BBL Drizzy beat here. Okay.
They say Drake got a BBL. He off the old zip, it getting hard to tell. They say Drake eyebrows about strong as a bitch. If he get too surprised, it might cause a glitch. They say Drake not allowed at Chuck E. Cheese. They saw Drake at Claire's talking about some bad teams. Drake not British, why he keep saying team? Drake might not know where he from. For sure. Everybody say that I rap like Neff. Y'all might be right, I'm about to diss myself. Man, why you trying to rap like somebody else? I'm not even rapping, I'm dead ass just talking. Whole world out here ducking fade. I heard riding the bike with them dusty ass chains. Drake got addicted to perks at 30. Doc 5-1, he can't even touch net. They said Doc gotta jump to sit down. Quavo still mad about Chris Brown. ASAP Rocky don't know what to do. Please do us a favor, don't get in the booth. ASAP, please stay away from the...
All right, that's good. Jesus Christ. There's another one too. Another good one. Oops. From the GOAT, Miles. Drake's not allowed in Chuck E. Cheese. The Miles one is incredible, dude. All right, get ready for this shit.
Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Kendrick Lamar and Drake versus who the fuck is that one guy everybody's tagging? He's so ass, he can't rap, he's fucking garbage. Like,
Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
They're tagging this nigga, he's fucking dirt. But I guess he's gonna have to come in and show y'all how dirty he is. He doesn't care about this, he doesn't care.
There you go. As Miles. Probably the hardest bars we've heard on that beat. Let's see. I got some other stuff here from this. Listen, now you gamers are filled in. I gave you the crash course on the beef. So now you can partake in all the excellent memes about this. This is one of my favorites that I saw. This was when Meet the Grams dropped. It's just the various reactions to it. Like people looking like they're witnessing a snuff film or something. So that kind of tells you all you need to know without even really hearing the song. Yeah, the new Dracula flow too. Yeah, that's so true. I like this tweet from Kendrick. It just says, somebody tell Pusha I feel the same way. That's just all it says. That's good. That's good. This is so important. I shared this stream with someone I just met on Tinder. Listen, we need streamers to tell us the news, right? That's everyone's been saying it. More streamers, less real journalists. This is one of my favorite because it's the intersection of two things that I love, which is, incredible rap beef and Nathan for you. So the plan, plant a hidden daughter story so you could call your opponent out about fact checking and win the rap battle on a technicality. Streamers are more reliable than news sites, SMH. Listen, I'm not here to give you all the facts. I'm just here to give you the facts that you need to understand the incredible memes about this. Honestly, I'm not a big Drake guy, but I'm at least like aware of Drake. And I do quite like Kendrick Lamar. But this just has been like an amazing like cultural moment on the internet. Like when you look back to like incredible things that have happened on the internet, like just the immediate visceral reaction that you get from like Twitter and streamers and stuff like that to this stuff as it happens live has just been so fun. I mean, now some of the allegations not exactly fun, but just like the atmosphere around it has been very fun. And I'm just kind of enjoying being on the internet during this time. I'm not here to give facts. I'm here for the funny. Exactly. You get it. Oh yeah, here's a bit of a response to Drake's claim that he's too famous to be diddling kids. There's maybe a little bit of a precedent here, although some of these somewhat unsubstantiated. Throwing Joe Biden in there is kind of crazy. Like Joe Biden next to EDP is a bit insane. Biden did sniff a child. Listen, it's a little bit different than what fucking R. Kelly did, bro. Here's another take on this one. Epstein's Island, all bosses, no damage. That's good. That one got me. Oh yeah, here's another one too. That's the new Remnant 2 DLC, bro. That's the Elden Ring DLC. So this is something I didn't talk about, but in Drake's most recent response, he talked about his often scrutinized relationship with young actress Millie Bobby Brown, who you may know as 11 from Stranger Things. And someone said, why even bring up Millie? Because Kendrick didn't bring it up. Drake offered that up himself. And then someone quoted the legendary line from the Kendrick Lamar song from To Pimp a Butterfly, which came out, what, 2015? Where he said, I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Call that poetic justice. And then this last one I've got is, yeah, by the way, Dumpster Dive, very much a chat interactive segment. So if you have something to post, feel free to either just post it in chat or in the Discord, and I'll take a look. This is basically some podcast saying, who's winning? Drake versus Kendrick Lamar, Push-Ups versus Euphoria, etc., etc. We already gave the rundown of all these songs. And this person says, Euphoria is better than Push-Ups. 616 didn't use AI. Meet the Grams completely took the air out of Family Matters. And Not Like Us is already an anthem. 4-0 sweep, to which I agree. Again, remains to be seen if all the extremely bold claims being made in some of those songs are true or can be substantiated in any way. But musically and just like strategically, Kendrick has absolutely swept this. It's funny to think that a rap beef would even have strategy, right? But like, I think about like dropping a song 20 minutes after Drake's response. Like that's goat shit right there. Like that's just round of applause. All right, gamers, listen. We've talked about non-gaming stuff for long enough. So let's get into the gaming stuff. I'll spare you more rap beef. I just want to help you understand the memes here. I'd make an epic rap battles of history joke, but it'd be too accurate. Yeah, unironically, we are witnessing rap battle history right now. It's actually happening. So the big news, as far as like gaming stuff is concerned, this week was the Helldivers stuff. Now, Helldivers has been one of my favorite games of the year. Oh, what is this? Interesting. One of my tweets has... Does anyone have a link to the tweet that shows like the original? Let me see if I can find. Maybe it's on Steam. I'm looking for just the original post from Helldivers about the requirement of connecting the PSN thing. Because for some reason the one I linked was deleted. It seems like it was deleted today. For whatever reason. I mean, I guess maybe because they went back on it. The OG one where they talked about it was deleted and reposted because of a typo. Oh, gotcha. Was it a new update in Dumpster Dive? Yeah, no, I know that it's been reversed. We're gonna talk about it all. Don't worry. I'll look at the Discord. If you guys have anything to post about this or the last topic, feel free to post it in the Discord or in chat. I'll look at it. Yeah, I just wanted to find that original Maybe it's on Steam. Because it originally was a Steam post. Wow, why am I having so much trouble finding this? On the... There's an account linking update. That's the new one, though. Oh, I see. They all right, here. We can use this one as an example. Let me just get the link. It's like strike through'd out, but we can still talk about it. Okay, here's what we got. So we're going to start with the original message, which says, attention Helldivers. Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirement for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players, blah, 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 upholding values of safety, blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of bullshit. Let's see, as of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their... Is May 6th today? Yeah, that's today. To connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th, and we blah, 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 blah. But essentially, they're just telling you, hey, if you bought this game and you want to keep playing it, you got to link a PlayStation account. Which was not received the best. Now, granted, I read this and I was like, huh, that's kind of bullshit. I'm not a huge fan of that. But in all likelihood, I was just going to probably be like, well, I like the game. I'm just going to make an account. There were probably a lot of people who felt that way. Until, of course, the community manager for the game said this, or a community manager, I should say. It's not like this is the first or even the 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account that takes a couple minutes to create. But if it's a deal breaker to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and password and then forget about it, change your Steam review and make your displeasure known on a platform where it matters. And oh boy, did they. Oh boy, did they. Are we going to talk about Fallout Show today? No, I wasn't planning on it, mainly because I'm still watching it. I need to actually finish it first. But depending on what you would like me to talk about, feel free to post it in the Discord. So this is what happened in the wake of that. This is my own tweet, but just because it was easy for me to find. Helldivers 2 is being negative review bombed after requiring PC players to create a PlayStation account to play. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this may have been the most negative reviews that a game has ever received in one day. The only one I could think of that would maybe even come close was Overwatch 2. But people were review bombing Overwatch without an ulterior motive, really. Mainly just because they hate Overwatch, which honestly, based. But yeah, this is what it looked like, at least like 24 hours after after the news broke. Not the best look. But that was really only the beginning, because there was still a lot that happened from there. Let's see. So it came out that the PlayStation Network isn't exactly supported by all countries, which means that in some countries they may not actually even be able to log into and play the game at all. And so here's an interaction on Twitter between a user who was wondering about this and the CEO. He says, PlayStation Network isn't supported by my country. What do I do? And the CEO of Arrowhead, that is, not of Sony. The CEO of Arrowhead says, I don't know. Which just goes to show you the level of communication that was going on between Sony and Arrowhead was probably not exactly the greatest. So here's a tweet from Pirate Software that shows, yeah, you can post a meme related to it. As if I'd say no to a meme here. This is a tweet from Pirate Software. showing how Sony has now removed access to Helldivers 2 in every region that cannot make a PSN account. This denies access to every player that bought the game in those regions over the last several months. You can no longer buy the game in a number of currencies tied to these regions. Never seen a golden goose killed so publicly in my life. And here's a list of some of the countries where it would no longer be available for sale. Again, we're talking about like pretty big countries here. Russia has very publicly had some issues getting games in the hands of players due to, you know, other world events going on. But I mean, we're talking about the Philippines. We're talking about Vietnam. Here's the full list, which is just a ridiculous amount of countries where the game is completely delisted for sale. What is this? Let me see this. Which countries can't play Helldivers 2 anymore, Sony?
Haiti, Jamaica, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Guyana, Belize, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam.
It's not that far off. It's not that far off from reality. It's not that far off. So, essentially, that was kind of the come to Jesus moment. A lot of people were thinking that this was just the end, that Sony maybe wouldn't reverse it. But after here, wait, let me find the here's the review chart first. So this is what the state of the reviews looked like leading up to this decision made by Sony to reverse this. I don't think I've ever seen a review chart like that before. Not at least for a game that was otherwise pretty well received. So here's what Sony says. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for... This is a whole crock of bullshit, but we're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Feedback. Yeah. Haha, feedback. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on the future plans. You know what that means. We fucking won, gamers! Bullying works! No, I'm just kidding. It is good, though. It is good that they overturned it. Yeah, democracy works is more like it. So, that was good. The CEO had something to say about this as well. Just to give the CEO credit, the CEO has actually handled this really well. The CEO of Arrowhead, this Pilestead guy. So firstly, I'm impressed by the willpower of the Helldivers community and your ability to collaborate. Secondly, I want to thank our partners and friends at PlayStation for quickly and effectively making the decision to leave PSN linking optional. We together want to set a new standard for what a live game is and how developers and community can support each other to create the best game experiences. Bullying, I believe we spread managed democracy. Yes. So now we bully Sony for Bloodborne PC. We'll get to that. Now, we actually won't get to that, but you know, don't tell them Dumpster Man told you to do it. So the rest is just memes. Was there something? Oh, I'll talk about the cape too. Don't worry about that. This is fake. Obviously, it's just a meme from this Helldivers 2 media account, but it says, major order, restore the honors of Helldivers 2 now that democracy is saved from the tyranny of Sony for liberty for Super Earth. Regain positive review status on Steam. Change negative review to positive review. This is kind of funny. I do hope people, you know, make good on their promise and actually overturn their negative reviews, because the game is actually quite good. If you haven't played it, I do recommend it. Obviously, this has probably left a bad taste in some people's mouth, but I think it's a good game. It does look like the score, the review score is making a turn for the better. As of today, it's receiving more positive than negative reviews again, which is good. And the We'll say, I don't know if this is official, but I do think the CEO commented on this. There has been the idea to turn the ratings chart into a cape, and this design concept is probably my favorite one. I like that shit. Still mixed as of now. It just needs to be available in every country it was before. Oh, is it still delisted? Yeah, that's a bummer. The reviews are still mixed on Steam. Listen, the game received like 200k negative reviews. Like that's hard to come back from. But yeah, this looks sick. I can't deny I would use this cape. I would certainly equip it. Was that all I had for Helldivers? Oh, there was one more thing. This isn't directly Helldivers related, but something that a lot of people brought up was that Ghost of Tsushima was going to also have the requirement to link a PSN account. Now, to be honest, I don't care about this one as much. Ghost of Tsushima, not a live service game. People knew that they were going to have to link an account before the game launched so they could make an informed decision on their purpose or on their purchase if that was something that they are okay with doing or not, and not, you know, essentially be trapped into owning a game that they maybe can't play. So it doesn't bother me as much in this case, but they also confirmed that you will only need a PSN account to play the multiplayer mode and the single player will not require it. So that's good news for that game too, if you're interested in that game. I'm not sure if that decision had anything to do with the Helldivers thing, or if it was always intended to be that way and people just didn't know the truth. What's up, Valhalla? The other thing I was prompted to talk about was this Escape from Tarkov thing. Now, truth be told, Escape from Tarkov got off scot-free with some serious bullshit this week because of the Helldivers 2 controversy. Like, it's one of those things where this definitely would have been the biggest controversy of the week if the Helldivers 2 thing hadn't happened. Now, admittedly, I don't know enough about Tarkov to really talk about this, and I did only very cursory research on this. My understanding of it, if anyone can correct this, feel free. My understanding of it is essentially that they sold a $150 version of the game where they promised that you would always have access to the future DLCs, and they kind of quietly swept that version under the rug and went back on their promise of giving those people the DLC, while also introducing a $250 package that did include the DLC, and then being like, oh, well, you can just go buy the more expensive version. So that was my understanding of it. And that sucks if that's true. As I understand it, they've walked back at least some of it, but I don't know exactly the extent of it. And honestly, a lot of the discussion about this had been completely buried by the Helldivers stuff, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on. If anyone has information, like more information on that, I'd love to see it. They're rolling out to select players. What does that even mean? But yeah, that sucks if that's true. And honestly, I think they managed to get away with what should have been, or with a smaller shitstorm than they probably should have had, because the Helldivers 2 stuff broke at basically the same time. But here, listen, here's the truth. The Helldivers 2 thing, not even the biggest Sony controversy this week. And you're probably like, how is that possible? It's the only Sony controversy I've heard of. Well, let me educate you a little bit. There's a little game called Stellar Blade. Now, you may not even know about this game. You probably have seen screenshots of it. You're seeing it on your screen right now. This is just a character action game featuring what I can only describe as a cartoonishly attractive woman as the main character. But hey, listen, it released some pretty good critic reviews and very good user reviews. It seems like the game is good. It seems like people like it. It's a PlayStation exclusive. I don't own a PlayStation, so I won't be playing it. At least not unless it comes to PC and I feel so inclined. It was hard to play that game with one hand, but honestly, not too bad. Yeah, that's probably why it only has an 82, which you can't see that because it's slightly behind my face cam, but trust me, that says 82. That's probably why it only got an 82 instead of a 92 or whatever. But it seems kind of fun. But that is not... You know, people won't settle for a game just being good and fun and, you know, mostly inoffensive. There has to be a good controversy. And the other thing, too, is that certain individuals on the internet have decided that women with big bazonkas are now anti-woke. You can explain that to me if you would like, but essentially there were some individuals in the gaming community who were anticipating that the game would receive low scores because games journalists would not be happy about the game featuring an attractive woman. Now that wasn't the case, as you saw, because it got very good reviews. But here you go. Here is one of the worst grifters in the gaming universe, whose Twitter I do not recommend you comb through like I did, who said, Stellar Blade is crushing it in reviews so far. High 80s and many 90s. Hades standing journalists are going to be so mad. Now, what does Hades have to do with this game, you might ask? I have no fucking clue, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's just that there are multiple games out there featuring attractive people, and that is somehow a problem. Now here's a little part 2 of this, a little more context to this tweet here. So this original tweet just says, game journalist praising the design of the left, which is Hades, while simultaneously bashing the one on the right. Make it make sense. Now, first of all, this is the biggest straw man I've ever seen. This is not, I've not seen a single person ever in my life saying this. Not once. But this person screenshotting this saying, just a reminder, the criticism of the one on the right has been pretty tiny. That Hades has long been praised for its horny art, and that this is a non-issue that chuds desperately want to be an issue. And this guy said, pretty tiny. Eve from Stellar Blade, who was blasted by IGN and woke journalists online, is getting the revisionism treatment. Actually, we always liked her is next. So apparently, the review scores turning positive are part of the agenda, I guess. But so this all has culminated in the most hilariously sad thing I've ever seen on the internet, which is this petition. Called Free Stellar Blade with 81,000 signatures. Now, why does Stellar Blade need to be freed, you might ask? And honestly, that's a really good question. That is a really incredibly good question. Because of censorship. Censorship. I'm not convinced people know what censorship means anymore, but apparently it's because of censorship. Hashtag Free Stellar Blade. These are the, and by the way, this ties back into the Helldivers thing too. It says, I'm glad for Helldivers bros, but not a single comment or acknowledgement of Stellar Blade censorship. Yes, these two things deserve equal airtime for Sony. You really just care about the numbers. Hashtag Free Stellar Blade. And so look at these images and tell me how long it takes you to see the censorship. The declaration of goon defendants is so funny. I don't get it. There's like zero difference. So it took me a second too. On this one, she has like a little bit of lace over her cleavage. And in this one, it's kind of the same deal. Now, I don't think I would consider that censorship, to be honest. Censorship isn't exactly the word I would use. And here's a little more. So it apparently they're alleging that it goes beyond. It goes beyond. Oh wait, this is the same tweet. Did I accidentally link the same thing twice? Oh, here we go. Here it is. So which one is woke? I don't understand. What? You don't understand? They're saying they censored the gore effects as well. Now, I would love to know if you can even tell immediately which one is the censored one or not, because I couldn't. Essentially, what I'm understanding is that in this one, she has like more blood on her character model, and in this one, she doesn't. But again, all I'm saying is this one shows more titty. So what is it? What is it, gamers? Which one is the censored one? I don't even understand. But apparently they think they censored gore effects as well. Now, I feel like this could easily be explained away by like just different graphic settings or something like that. Yeah, it could be a performance thing, easily. But they're taking that and running with it. Now, again, these claims of censorship are in a game with outfits that look like this. Oops. I don't know if the music's safe or not. Yes, this game was censored apparently. Okay, well that one, I mean this one probably need to be more censored. Like that first one though, it's just a fucking skin suit. I'm not even sure I can show this. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cut and dry. I think the game was clearly censored. I don't feel like it's censorship in that case. It's just, hey, we want to make the character more visible. Yeah, I mean, seems likely to me. But to bring it all back around, they were trying to make this an issue of Stellar Blade versus Hades. And honestly, my understanding is that people are enjoying Stellar Blade, and the people who wanted to play Stellar Blade are playing it, and they like it. And most of them, the normal ones, don't have a problem with the fact that it was censored. But today, Hades 2 came out. And so far, it's been getting good reception, good reviews, lots of hype. And I'm going to check it out tonight once the dumpster dive is over. So I am excited for this one. Let me look. If you guys wanted to post anything for me to look at in the Discord or in chat, now's a good time for me to... What is this? What am I looking at? I need to stop stroking my beard apparently. And that is not a euphemism that has anything to do with Stellar Blade. I don't know. That could be an emote or something, right? Like Dumps 31 smug. I have a PowerPoint for you that is the most cursed PowerPoint of all time. You're going to have to elaborate a little bit on what that is and why it's the most cursed. Hades has material. That material is Greek mythos. Greeks were known for being weird, so I'd argue Hades is an accurate adaptation. That's completely different than Stellar Blade, so no comparison is justified. I disagree with that no comparison is justified. I think you can compare anything you want. And not to mention, I mean, how much do you actually know about like the world and lore of Stellar Blade? Like, granted, I 100% believe that they made the main character super hot to just sell more copies of the game. There's nothing wrong with that though. But you don't know what the lore is that explains, like she's like an android or something. There's probably some lore. So I don't think that's fair to say that there's no justification for the main character being hot. Let's see. This was posted in the Discord by Lunite. Showing the Fallout show actually being successful. That's pretty cool. I have watched one episode of this, but I really liked it, and I want to watch the rest of it. So yeah, it's cool to see, like, just in general, it's cool to see a video game adaptation actually do well. And be well received by like both critically and by gamers. Have you / will you watch Invincible? I would like to, yeah. That's a Prime show as well, isn't it? So I have it. She's an angel sent back to Earth after it was taken over by aliens and the last of humanity had to escape. Wow. And also have it be pretty good too. Well, yeah, I mean you're right. I guess that's not inherently self-evident by good critical and fan reception, but it certainly doesn't hurt. Here's something that I want to shine a spotlight on. A game very near and dear to my heart that released this year. Balatro is having a fucking moment, bro. 37K all-time peak players and 15,000 concurrent. That's absolutely ridiculous for an indie game. I wonder what Hades is doing right now. Wonder if this will even have information on... It doesn't. Or is it Hades II? What is Balatro? It is the greatest game released this year. Apparently Hades 2 is not. Well, either way. What is Balatro? What the hell did you just say in the Dumpster Man chat? hyped for the mobile version, even though I haven't played the actual game yet. I mean, the mobile version's just the same, I think. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games of the year. I have, I've played like 100 hours of it. I've gone all the way up through Gold Stake on at least one deck, and I'm working my way on through on all the other decks. It's just so goddamn good, dude. Everyone I've introduced this game to has inevitably liked it. And yeah, it just rules. It's like solitaire with more dopamine. Put it that way. It's a very good game, and I don't like poker. Yeah, I think that is the biggest challenge that faces Balatro, is just convincing people that they don't need to be into poker to try the game. Because the game really, like, poker is just like a theme. The game itself it is not really anything like poker. I mean, it is and it isn't. It's a hard sell. It's almost just like you need to just try it. I don't know anything about Balatro. Maybe I'll check it out. Yeah, it's awesome. You should definitely check it out. Fuck, if I wasn't gonna play Hades tonight, I'd play some Balatro. What else we got? Oh yeah, this was from this was posted from Dave.exe. Although I saw this myself a few days ago. This was posted by the developers of Splitgate, and it's a bit of a cryptic video that says "Say goodbye to Splitgate." Splitgate, if you don't know, is basically the game dubbed Halo with portals. And this video is just kind of like a stroll down memory lane. They've been saying for a while they're working on a new game, perhaps Splitgate 2, perhaps something else. But yeah, I'll be excited to check it out. I mean, this is just, it's literally just like them reminiscing and then going into the great beyond. And the graphics look different, so I'm almost wondering if it's like in-engine footage of the new game. But yeah, I would be hyped as fuck about a Splitgate 2. Or whatever it might be. Here's another game I wanted to highlight. So I've been seeing some streamers play some like Sisyphus rage game. And it kind of looks ass, I'm not gonna lie. So I wanted to highlight the real one and true Sisyphus rage game upcoming from friend of the stream, Manliest Dev, the developer of Dimensional Slaughter. You may know him as, who is pushing it with Sisyphus, which looks way better than the crappy one that all the streamers have been playing. And it's been getting quite a lot of attention on Twitter. And I hope this game does well because it looks cool. And I think the idea of a Sisyphus rage game is awesome, and it's a shame that someone made like a crappy asset flip version of this before he could get it out the door. But yeah, that is one I will be excited to play. But here's another one. Okay, here's like a random side note question that I have about Sisyphus. Did Ultrakill resurrect Sisyphus memes? Like, I feel like it did, right? Because I feel like Sisyphus memes kind of peaked about, like, this time last year, which would have been, like, a couple months on from P2. That's insane, honestly, that Ultrakill has that kind of reach that, like, I feel like it was a coincidence. I mean, maybe Sisyphus memes were gonna happen anyways, but I feel like having like a prominent Sisyphus character in like a fairly popular video game like definitely like helped get the boulder rolling. You think it's a coincidence? I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, Ultrakill is kind of big in meme culture. I'm not 100% sure about this, but my theory is that Ultrakill like really, no pun intended, got the ball rolling on Sisyphus memes. Now, obviously, the memes have gone well beyond anyone who knows anything about Ultrakill, but it's hard for me to see it any other way than like that Sisyphus and Ultrakill was kind of like the starting point. Anyways, here's another clip from this game. You can give up, but death is not your escape. It was with that chick saying that I thought you said syphilis. Sisyphus liked his punishment. Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. I haven't seen that. So there you go. That's Pushing It with Sisyphus from Manliest Dev. Check it out. And If only he were built like Sisyphus Prime. Wait a second. Wait. There actually is a tweet about this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I believe he's making it so that Sisyphus gets stronger as you roll the ball. I totally did not just imagine this. I'm just scrolling through his Twitter. I can't find it now, but I swear he said at one point that that Sisyphus was going to get stronger as you roll the ball more, which is fucking hilarious. That reminds me of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you like can actually go to the gym and get swole. And now the last thing I want to talk about, at least from my own personal list, is Fallen Aces, my most anticipated game as of right now, which I believe is releasing in early access fairly soon. It's confirmed this year, at least. I think maybe it was like spring or Q2 of 2024. So, I mean, we're there, essentially. But they added the most powerful weapon in the New Blood cinematic universe, the soap, to Fallen Aces. You'll love to see it. I'm very excited for this game. It's definitely one of my most anticipated games, you know, of anything. But also, it's been one of my most anticipated, like, immersive sim, retro FPS type games for a long time. Need to play Action Doom 2 to lead in for this game? That's true, actually. I could be convinced. We need soap and Gloomwood now? Yes. Gamer's kryptonite taking a bath. So true. So there we go. I think that's everything, unless anyone has a last second addition to the stream that they want me to talk about. Oh, and Sulaco. Yeah, I'm excited for Sulaco as well. Very much so. Silk Song. No, not Silk Song. Bro, that's not coming out this year. Are you kidding? That shit ain't coming out this year. I'm slowly starting to use Twitter a bit more in my cooked chat. Listen, I hate the website, but there's also nothing else quite like it. And that makes it tough to give up fully. Windblown? Yeah, Windblown looks cool. I already talked about Windblown, though. Actually, I talked about that the last time I did this, funny enough. So there we go. What was that? That was an hour? Man, we started with Rat Beef and made our way all the way to Gooners versus Stellar Blade, as promised. This is the only stream where you will get all of that in 1 hour. Was this just a color slide? What are we talking about? Oh, the blood. Happy to report my mod got added as a feature to the game. Oh yeah, that's right. Can't believe it, chat. We did it. So I guess now the Helldivers team got some flowers from a community member. Very sweet. Yeah, I mean, like, that the Helldivers devs seem like good people for the most part. Like, I can't imagine they wanted to have to, like, enforce this bullshit Sony requirement. It still sucks that they had to kind of be on the receiving end of this, but, you know, it is what it is. At least, like, positive change was made. So what do we think? My plan was to play Hades 2 and check it out. So I think that's what I'll do. But I'm going to take a quick break. I need to fill up my water. And I think I know perfect background music for when I do this. I got you, chat. Not a moment unstimulated on Dumpster Band stream. Be right back.